I grew up in a very healthy household with loving parents, a loving brother. I was never traumatized by anything. My dancing is pretty much what I lived for. I lived and breathed it. It was my passion. It was my life. And growing up in that industry, there comes a lot of pressures with it. As I got older, like around my junior year of high school and senior year of high school, I noticed things really started to change for me. I started feeling different. I was depressed. I started to not want to go to social events. It was a struggle for me to get to dance class, which was a huge one because that was my life. I loved it. I felt that I wasn't good enough. And so I started to cope with it with an eating disorder. And I started to realize things really started to change for me mentally and physically. And that continued for about 4 years. And during that time period, for me, it wasn't enough. I needed something else to escape from all those things that I was feeling, all those demons that were hidden, and this feeling of trying to be perfect. And so I turned to alcohol. When I was about 19, it took a turn for the worse. When I got my first DUI, my drinking became alcoholic. I turned to alcohol for everything, whether I was happy, sad, angry, depressed. I was also what's considered a binge drinker. So I would mainly drink on weekends and I would binge for 2 or 3 days. And then I would be sober during the week and I would feel kind of like myself, but not really. I knew things were not okay when I got my second DUI, which was only a couple years after my first. And I realized that it definitely was a problem, but I wasn't ready to admit it yet. So I had to get to the point where I hit rock bottom. I just woke up one day and said, this is not how I want my life to go. I'm heading in the wrong direction and I want to make a change. And that's when I decided to check myself into rehab. I told myself that I didn't want to just get sober. I wanted to do something big and make a difference for myself and to show other people that you can really turn your life around. And so for me, that was completing an Ironman triathlon because it's something that I could only dream about while I was drinking. I knew I had to put down the drink before I could do something that big. After 7 months of training, working hard, I had 10 months of sobriety under my belt. I ended up crossing the finish line and became an Ironman triathlete. And I explain it as a long, good day. For me, it didn't just change my life, it actually saved my life. Besides AA helping me my first 10 months of sobriety, Ironman really saved my life. I don't know where I would be if I didn't do that Ironman race. That's kind of when I made the decision that I wanted to be in the fitness industry no matter what. And I wanted to continue doing races. I wanted to continue being a personal trainer and really change people's lives and motivate them and inspire them with my story. My main goal is to help others out there that are struggling with any kind of addiction. It could be eating, it could be gambling, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be the same addiction as mine, but there's a way out if you are willing to put in the hard work and determination and commitment. When I come to WellFit, what I want all the clients to get out of it is I want them to be happy and healthy. Those are the words I live by, being happy and healthy. And so whatever makes you happy is what you should live by and stick by. And being healthy is not just being a certain weight, it's everything. It's a whole entire package. So I always tell people, be happy and healthy, and that's what is the most important part. And the other stuff doesn't matter.